thanks for coming back to the channel. First thing first, I think it's time for me to look for a new computer, simply because as soon as I start recording a video, the fan on my laptop goes nuts, and obviously that's a sign that it's time for me to look for a new computer. And let's see, should we check computers? Nah, not really, you're not here for that. Well, look at the market, it looks like nothing is happening. Some coins are up, some coins are down, but pretty much we're seeing flat for the past few days. If we check at the top coins, the top gains for the past 24 hours are likely to be some small old coins, and the biggest losers are probably also likely to be some small old coins. Like myself, I prefer to stick in the top, let's say 100 coins. Therefore, I don't really go for any other coins. But hey, if you want to make money, maybe that's where you should look at. But Bitcoin is sitting at $3,600, Ethereum at $122, XRP at 30 cents, EOS at 285, and Litecoin at 42.59. Wow, have you been long enough in crypto? Back in December of 2017, beginning of January 2018. Damn, those days was good. Well, let's move on. Now, first of all, we're going to talk about Quadriga. It looks like these people are either dumb or they're just playing around. They've lost another almost 500,000 CAD last week by somehow transferring 100 bitcoins to a cold wallet that they don't have access to. How do you even do that? I mean, it's crazy to think about it. But on February 6, 2019, Quadriga inevitably transferred 103 bitcoins valued at approximately 468,000 CAD dollars at the time to Quadriga cold wallets, which the company is currently unable to access. The monitor is working with management to retrieve the cryptocurrency from the various cold wallets if possible. The company previously has said that it is unable to access those cold wallets, as the CEO, Zhao, which a lot of obviously doubting, has passed away when he was down in India, and no one has access to the cold wallets. The only thing that they probably have access to at the moment are some hot wallets which barely have anything in them. So that's crazy to think about, from what's been happening, owning so much money to the customers, not having access to your wallets, and then to go ahead and transfer another $500,000 worth of crypto, 103 bitcoins, to a wallet that you don't have access to. It's despicable. I mean, how do you even do that when you know there are so many customers waiting to somehow get their money back, and then you slap them on the face by doing this? It's crazy. I hope it's some sort of a joke, and if it's not, I do hope somehow they will recover those funds and everyone's gonna get their money back. Moving on, Ripple. Ripple has been doing great. What can we say about Ripple? They just keep building. As CZ keeps saying, just build, just build and everything will come, and Ripple just keep adding and more. Alongside Barclays and a few others, they have, invested 1.7 million US dollars into SendFriend, a new remittance startup that will use the XRP cryptocurrency to move funds internationally, which is great. Personally, myself, I'm not investing into Ripple. Probably the craziest thing ever, some would say, considering the fact that, hey, you can hate Ripple all you want, but the guys are doing what they believe that is the right thing to do. Obviously, they have lots of supporters. Banks are supporting them. They're doing their thing, and it is likely for the value of Ripple eventually to pop. It's simple as that. You may not like it because it's not like Bitcoin. It's not really cryptocurrency, some would say, but it is likely to be used by these financial people, and if that is the case, it is likely for the value of Ripple to go a lot higher. XRP is used as liquidity vehicle, and I have to agree with one thing. XRP, it is fast. If you haven't used it, I personally don't own any, but I've used it, and it's truly fast. I mean, it goes in seconds. And some people truly prefer to use Ripple, at least for now, for payments, because it is very fast. You don't have to wait, let's say, like Bitcoin or some other currency for a few minutes, 10, 20 minutes in some cases, some even longer. Even for one confirmation to happen with Ripple, it is a lot quicker. So XRP is used as a liquidity vehicle for cross-border payments, enabling send friend to circumvent the corresponding banking system and convert USD to XRP to PHP, which is the Philippine peso, in a matter of seconds. And it is happening. It is possible to send, and in seconds this can happen. Not yet live, but SendFriend said it plans to launch in New Jersey soon, but will also be available in other US states via desktop and mobile apps. Ripple confirmed the SendFriend will leverage the XRP token it released last week. Litecoin said at the time the existing correspondent banking system is slow, inefficient, and costly. In its funding announcement, SendFriend claimed that it will offer 65% lower fees compared to the industrial average for international money transfer, as blockchain replaces the frictions and fees for the banking system. Now that would be great. It definitely many people are sending funds internationally. Some are working in different countries, sending money to families and whatnot. And if you can save on this, it is great. Why give your hard-earned money to some banks or entities just to transfer your own money to your family or friends or whatever in the other side of the world, or whatever you're sending them, and you're paying high fees, in some cases really extraordinary amount of money. I've actually seen in another article that we are talking about billions of dollars are lost. Well, they're not lost, but are taken by banks in fees for transferring people's money. So if this is integrated, and if it works, and if the cost of using it is a lot cheaper, they have my thumbs up. Although it's using XRP, they have my thumbs up. If people can save money, I must agree with some. I don't care what currency they're gonna use, as long as the average person saves and benefits from it. So that's that, and let's see what Mike Novogratz says about Bitcoin. Now, Mike Novogratz, he started, investing in Bitcoin a few years ago. He opened the crypto merchant bank Galaxy Digital, and apparently he lost quite a bit of money last year. So obviously he is all in, maybe, and he would like to see Bitcoin and cryptocurrency go back up so he can get some profits out of it, I'm assuming. But he also looks like that he is very keen on Bitcoin and in cryptocurrency, and believes that Bitcoin will be the digital gold. The sovereignty should cost a lot. I know some of the words, I don't say them completely right, but bear with me, we get there eventually. So Mike Novogratz, a former Goldman Sachs partner and founder of the crypto merchant bank Galaxy Digital, has argued that the Bitcoin BTC occupies a unique place in the cryptocurrency landscape. Novogratz made his remarks during an interview with Bloomberg TV on February 13, reflecting on the proliferation of crypto assets, many of which have attempted to vie with Bitcoin functions as store of value. Novogratz argued that there are 118 elements of the periodic table and only one gold. Bitcoin is going to be a digital gold, a place where you have sovereignty money. It's not US money, it's not Chinese money, it's sovereignty. Sovereignty costs a lot, and it should. I agree with that. It's very important, and if that can happen with Bitcoin, it will be great. I believe eventually, maybe it will. It is sad that people are seeing Bitcoin just as a store of value. That's not what intended purpose was, but I guess that's what happens with time and people investing into it. There are other cryptocurrency that I'm assuming can do the job that Bitcoin was invented to do, and Bitcoin could turn out to be just gold, the cryptocurrency gold. So countries, people using other cryptocurrency for payments, transfer and whatnot, but when it comes to store of value, maybe we're going to use Bitcoin. So Novogratz, while not providing a rationale for Bitcoin security, proposed that while blockchain in principle offers a robust system for the secure exchange of value, not all cryptocurrencies need to rely on its maximum security potential. Unlike digital goals, less valuable transactions, cryptos may do better. He implied to trade security for improved efficiency gains. Bitcoin, which has recently settled around 3,400, 3,600, at the moment is around 3,600. This is, by the way, Kraken, a Bitcoin ticker, and I'm following Kraken price. It's sitting around 3,600, more or less, goes ups and down, but that's where it's sitting. And Novogratz believes that we may see some highs of $8,000, possibly medium-term price points. And Novogratz nonetheless consider that we are not going to bubble back up. what's interesting that he believes that yes, there was a bubble, and I'm assuming many do believe also that yes, 2017, especially the end of it, probably it was likely a bubble, a hype, maybe a pump and dump kind of thing, because from 20,000 down to 3,600, it is hard to argue with the fact that yes, maybe we were back then in a bubble. Eventually, maybe it would not be a bubble, it'd be natural, and the prices will go back to 20k, maybe even higher. Who am I to say? Time will tell. Reflecting on the protracted crypto winter, Novogratz quipped that the past year has demonstrated just how painful popped bubbles can be. I mean, it's been painful. If you invested right about at the end of 2007, all on the approach, let's say, from 6,000-7,000 onwards, and you didn't sell, it's definitely been painful, and you're still holding cryptocurrencies that lost quite a lot of value, and we just don't know when this value is going to come back. If it does, hopefully it will, and it will be much quicker, let's say in a year or two at most. Now that the retail frenzy has subsided, and with the inflated valuation of thousands of digital assets, the entrepreneur proposed that the industry as a whole is poised to undergo a structural shift from a people revolution to an institutional one. Novogratz noted the critical infrastructure for institutional investors to become comfortable with crypto is gradually falling into place, albeit temporarily slowed by the recent United States government shutdown. Forthcoming custodial solutions in the New York Stock Exchange or operator IC's backed platform and investments giant Fidelity's digital asset business indicates that institutional watershed is just getting started. I mean, there is definitely a lot being built currently, around cryptocurrency. Institutions are getting involved. Companies building new projects. The mainstream adoption, it's being prepared, and as soon as it hits, it's gonna happen. Some argue that it's gonna be so fast that if you blink, you're gonna miss it once everything is being put into places. I mean, we have ATMs, operators opening more and more ATMs around the world, and in the United States, New York, and many other places. That's just one thing. Obviously, we have exchanges. Exchanges are now adding up credit cards, using bank transfer and whatnot. It's just happening, and as soon as everything is in place, as I mentioned, 2017 was pretty much a natural, but this one probably is going to be natural one, and it's going to be a big one. Finger crossed. So that's what Novogratz believes. He's been saying, he had some prediction in the past. They didn't all live up to what he predicted, but I don't see why we shouldn't see $8,000, let's say, within a year. I mean, let's not forget the halving is coming next year. I've said in other videos that things tend to pick up a year early. So if that was the case this time around, with all the infrastructure in place and the things that are continuing to be built, if everything starts to pick up around May, you just never know. 2020 May, it could be crazy as the halving hits. And with that said, the Chinese billionaire Zhao believes crypto spring will come in 2020. Just as we said, May 2020 could be crazy as the halving hits. He believes at the moment we're not going to see anything crazy this year, but as the halving happens in 2020, we're going to see some crazy prices. So China's alleged Bitcoin, he's alleged, by the way, billionaire Zhao, that the crypto spring will only come in 2020. His opinion shared in public chat in the local messenger WeChat was cited by Chinese crypto outlet 8BTC on Tuesday, February 12th. Zhao, by the way, in China, they love the number 8. If you're wondering why 8BTC. Zhao, who owns a substantial stake in the Hong Kong-based crypto exchange Bitfinex, has recently participated in a discussion held in the chat dubbed the Public Chain Alliance Crossing the Bulls and Bears alike team. When asked about the future of BTC, Zhao recalled the peak of the coin popularity in December of 2007 in comparison to the time no one cares about BTC today. He noted, adding that the coin will draw attention again only when its rate reaches many tens of thousands of dollars once again. I mean, I disagree with him that no one cares about Bitcoin. I mean, I care. If you're watching this video, you care, and many others do care, but yes, probably not as many as, let's say, back in December of 2017, but could be a good thing. Cheap prices and eventually good profits. who knows. Therefore, in my opinion, a bear market is the best time to buy BTC. Zhao also added in 2019 will be a year of slow crypto prices, nothing that the industry needs to brace itself for. Another several months of crypto winter. In his opinion, many companies will disappear during this period. Hopefully not the altcoins we invested in, but new ones will inevitably emerge to make 2019 both the best and the worst time for investors and entrepreneurs. As for the long-term perspective, Zhao said in the chat that crypto spring is only coming in 2020, while the crypto summer will not arrive until 2021. Interesting. But as I mentioned just a moment ago, yeah, 2-3 years will be nice. I mean, time is in our hand, hopefully. Crypto in terms used by industry insiders to define the prolonged bear market that came into being soon after BTC had reached its historical peak of 20k in December of 2017. Where now crypto bulls Tyler and Cameron Wicklops, founders of crypto trading platform Gemini, once said that they feel totally at home in winter, adding that it gives us time to build it internationally and refine and kind of catch our breed. I mean, they made so much money, so I guess for them it doesn't matter if it's winter or summer. They're still sitting pretty. So, probably buying quite a bit of crypto while it's winter. They have the money, why not? And at the same time building. I mean, the guys are doing their thing. Let's see what happens. But do you agree with Zhao that maybe 2020 will be spring and 2021 will be the summer of Bitcoin and cryptocurrency in general? Let me know. And are you afraid that maybe an altcoin you invested may disappear in 2019? As Zhao has said that some will disappear. And finally, well, for now at least, Litecoin block reward halving is coming, guys. 175 days to go. This is not a financial advice, but again, if we judge by what's been happening with the halving, we may see some bull coming to Litecoin in the next few months, because the halving is just around the corner, August 8, 2019. At the moment, Litecoin did quite a good run, sitting at around $42. Some are predicting that this price is already including the halving. I doubt it. I do believe we're gonna go higher than that as we approach the halving, especially once we hit the halving. But it's not financial advice, it's just an advice from a guy that is not showing his face. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed this video. I'm gonna do many more. I'm gonna try to be doing them consistently and not once in a while. And let me know, do you like the intro of the new videos, and of course after this the outro. Thanks for watching. Peace. See you in the next one. Bye bye.